I am here with the founder of NoStigmas and my good friend, Jacob Moore. One of our characters, Moses, is someone who's been formerly incarcerated. And you've recently done some great work with men who are incarcerated. Can you tell me a little bit about that?
Yeah, for sure. So I was recently invited to present my Five Bridges wellness program to a group of men who are in prison in Southwest Virginia. And if you know anything about that area, they've been hit hard with the opioid epidemic, with suicide. It's a very impoverished area, and so there's not a lot of resources. And so a lot of people end up in jail. And I got to tell you, going down there, I was really anxious because my father was in and out of jail when I was young. I went to jail when I made some mistakes when I was young, and just being in that environment was pretty nerve-wracking. But I got there, and it was completely different than what I expected, because this group of men were in what they call a pod. So this living area where they get to interact with people from the outside like me, different programs that are investing in them to help ensure that their transition back into society on the outside is positive. And I was met with warmth, with hospitality, with gracious people who were excited to have us there. And I really think that it's a testament to the investment that those programs are making in them. Because they're very different. These 10 men are very different from the rest of the population that are there. And, that taking them as they are, as individuals, helping them help themselves by giving them tools so that they can learn how to practice things like self-care, engage in peer support, and those things that maybe we take for granted, these guys are learning for the first time. And every single one of them experienced some type of severe trauma. There were many of them who were sexually abused when they were children, lost parents when they were young, experienced, death of friends, drug use, poverty. I mean, just like the list, it just goes on and on and on. But again, to be in this environment where they're supported, and bringing in programs like mine was just amazing, and really shows you that people can change, and that difference can be made in lives when we make that investment.
So you said that they were different from the rest of the population. The experiences that they're having through programs like yours, being able to go through the Five Bridges, do you think that kind of greater experience on a larger scale for the population, for people who are incarcerated, would also make a difference for those people?
Absolutely. Well, I mean, 100%. I think our prison systems are the biggest provider of mental health services right now in America, and but they're not doing a good job because it's not their primary objective, right? And when we have prisons that are privatized, that are in the business of making money, they're not thinking of the well-being of people. So I think if we start to shift our perspective from punitive to rehabilitative, then that's when we're going to see some big positive changes. And the thing is it doesn't take a lot of money. It doesn't take a big, huge infrastructure. It takes some time. So an investment of time, an investment of a few people who are willing to connect, make that human connection, create that community, right? Because that can happen there. It can happen in the darkest places, and when it does, that light will just change someone's life.